What's up, y'all? It's your boy Jay Anthony, and welcome to another episode of Mood 24/7, the podcast.
It's your girl Raquel Mornings.
And it is your girl, Christina Danielle. And you read the title, you already know what we're talking about today. We are talking about living situations. So, there are so many different aspects of living situations, but let's start off with a big one that, people our age are kind of dealing with right now as we matriculate from college and stuff like that.
Who?
What do y'all think is the right time to move out of your parents' house? And when do you think it's like, at what age do you think you can, not you can, but I guess it's acceptable to start judging people for still living in the house with their parents? I'm going to speak my piece, but I want to hear what y'all have to say first.
Kiva, you on first a second.
Nope. Go ahead, Jordan.
I feel like for a time to start judging about living with your parents, I want to say when it gets to at least 35. I want to say 30. I don't like that face.
But why though? Why?
Because I feel like, everybody has a time where they trying to figure themselves out, trying to I don't want to get shit together and all this other stuff. Everybody don't have that master plan like everybody else. And, everybody just needs a little bit more time. And, everybody just ain't got it like that.
True. Keely?
That's hard. That's really hard for me to even say or speak on. I feel like if at some point you're independent and able to pay bills at the house, I think it's somewhat okay. Because it's okay, if you're staying at your parents' house because you're taking care of them. I'm going to use Michael B. Jordan for an example. He still lives with his parents, but he pays for the house. You get what I'm saying? So as far as that goes, I'm okay. If you're paying bills and stuff, but if you're just chilling, you just chilling at the house. You got a side job, a half a job, and you just I'm at my mama's crib. Then I kind of feel buddy, it's time for you to get up and out. But if you're paying the bills, what are your parents gonna tell you? Move out my house. It's your house now. You paying the bills.
Look at the way she's smiling, because she's smiling like that because she thinks she finna fuck up.
I don't know, that's hard, because I know people who are still living with their parents, and I also know people who've moved out on their own. So
Keely, she got something fire for us. You see the way
she about to blow us up.
I literally don't. I'm just literally listening to y'all.
But hold on,
no.
y'all. I'm moving in with my in-laws.
What?
My in-laws.
Jordan, if you don't be quiet, you are not moving in with Michael B. Jordan. If you don't, your name gonna be Jordan. You realize that, right? Your name will be Jordan.
So that's ugly. It won't be. But I feel like I'm gonna make people mad with this, but I don't really care. Honestly,
we already made them mad.
I feel like
I don't know what y'all did last week.
I honestly feel like this is just my opinion. I feel like it's kind of first of all, I feel like it's case by case, because you never really know what goes on. You never know how somebody had it. And then again, I also feel like it's more acceptable for women to stay home longer than it is for men to stay home.
I wouldn't agree to that.
I feel like a woman can stay home longer. I feel like it's more acceptable. I feel like as a man, you're supposed to go out, you're supposed to get it, you're supposed to work, you're supposed to do what you got to do. I'm not saying women aren't supposed to, make their own money and, have their stuff, and a woman is not just supposed to be, a prop to be taken care of. But what I am saying is that I do think me personally, I wouldn't want to date a man that is living at home and he doesn't have any plans to. Now, granted, we're 23, so I get it if you're still at home, but you need to have a plan. You need to have some sort of something. I feel like as a woman, you know, especially if you have the kind of parents, like the kind of parents that I have, they're like, you know, you can stay at home till you get married if you want to. You know, that's, I mean, I don't want to, but that's the kind of parents that I have. I have the kind of parents that are like, if you want to stay here until, you know, you get a husband, until you get married, by all means, go ahead and do that. So I think I think by 26, for a man, this is just me, I think by 26, you need to be up out of there. You need to be up out of there. Because you can't really be an independent man or an independent woman while you're still living under your parents' roof. Like when you still have to, because at the end of the day, even if you are paying some of the bills, like unless the house is in your name, unless you're paying the rent, the mortgage, everything, you're still technically living under their rules, and you have to abide by their rules and what they say. What 26? Why are you 26 and you still have to tell your mom, hey, I'm about to go take this girl out on a date, I'll be back around? Like, I just feel like that's just me. That's just me personally, you know? But then again, like I said, it's also a case by case. Like, you never really know. Somebody could be in school until they're 26. And then once they get out of school, they're like, okay, I'm ready to move out on my own. Some people, they have a specific plan of where exactly they want to move. They want to buy a house and they want to save up. So it is kind of case by case. But I think for me, the biggest thing is like just having a plan to be out, you know, like having a plan to be an independent man, because even my friends, like my guy friends that I have, like they all have plans, like, because I feel like I feel so mean saying this, but I feel like you're a bum. Like if you don't have any nothing, like you don't have not even a plan, like it doesn't even have to be a plan in motion, but you don't have any sort of plan, you don't have nothing, you don't even have like $100 saved, like I don't know it. But it's case by case. You could have kids, you know, you could have had to take your money out to case by case. But generally speaking, for me, by 26, you need to be up out of there. Generally speaking.
Jordan?
Go ahead.
Yeah, I think like Christina was saying, it just depends on the situation, because like I need to know the long-term goals.
That's that. Yeah.
Because if you're comfortable, I'm gonna tell on myself for a quick second, but I used to talk to a guy who was much older than me. We're not gonna talk about the age difference, but just know there was one. So I used to talk to a guy that was much older than me, and he had a job, which was good. But it was just the fact for me that like you're much older. That's all I'm gonna say. Than I am.
So like, was he very adamant about staying with his mother? Like, did he have to stay with her?
No, he didn't. Like, okay, here's the thing. It wasn't like he was like, oh, I want to stay with my mama. He's like, yeah, I'm gonna save up to finally get out my mama's house. I just wanted to know, like, what were you doing all the other years?
Mm-hmm.
That wasn't like, you get what I'm saying? Like, I guess because I didn't know the past of what was going on with that you were just like, and mind you, I'm not talking about like he's 18 or something, like no.
He must have been in his about 30.
He was old enough to pay some taxes, get a stimulus check, all that great stuff. So that's I mean, I just need to know, like, if saving up for an apartment is such a long-term goal, I see you work towards that. I don't know. I feel like at the stage that he was at, your maturity level should have been higher.
Yeah, I agree. I wholeheartedly agree with that, because I need a plan. I need a plan, because one of the things that for me as a woman that I look for in a man is that you can provide. You need to be able to provide. You need to be able to protect. Like those are the two main things. You got to provide and you got to put it.
Let's put let's put you in Keely's shoes. If this man had a plan, but you know you got your views about you want your man to be out at least by 26 and you know have something going for himself, but he has a plan. Would you? I'm not gonna say settle, but would you be okay with that plan for the meantime?
hold that thought. Keely, how old was he? Just give me a number. Not how old were you at the time, just how old was he?
I'm gonna say he was okay. So
just the number.
I will say this. I will say this. From the ages between 24 and 32.
Okay. So if he was around the 24, 25 age, and then talking about he had a plan, 24, 25, 26, and talking about he had a plan, and he's just getting his plan in motion, yes, I can work with you. We can build together. We can work together. Because, that's what two people do. They build together. I don't have everything together. So how can I expect someone else to have everything together? You know what I'm saying? We build together. 30, 32, I'm sorry, bro. Because what were you doing in your 20s? What were you doing to prepare in your 20s?
That's what I'm
down
saying.
there at the Magic City.
I'm crying.
He was down in the valley.
He was. I'm not just gonna. But okay, here's what I'm gonna say is like, okay, I get that if you don't want to because college isn't for everyone. I get that. Your boat is your boat, as long as you're working hard towards the goal to find something. Because there's a lot of successful people that didn't go to college. So I'm not knocking that at all. What I am saying is like Christina said, what was your plan? And I think it's because I didn't know your plan before then. And I get that 20s are really a time for you to figure out yourself because, I was still living on campus. I was still depending on my parents to pay, my tuition, and all that great jazz. I'm just saying you were just old enough and you're like, yeah, I'm just.
That's like them old heads. Them old heads that stay on the campus for 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 years after they graduate. That's what that is. Can't do it.
That's a different story.
Can't do it. I just.
Oh, go ahead.
Oh no, I was just gonna say, honestly, and I'm gonna say it again, it's really a case by case thing because there are some of us that had kids kind of young, so they're taking care of kids. That's another. Would y'all date a man who had a kid? I would.
I did. That had a kid?
Right now, no.
I would date a man who had a kid. It depends on the baby's mother. It depends on that.
We never got that. We let me take back dating. Okay, there goes that word again. For those of you who watch
at the grown age, because they got mad at that grown.
Right. Okay. What I will say is, we had a couple conversations. He had a child. It was cool. He loved his kid.
Keely, you holding out. You left out some key details.
What?
This the same man, right?
No, this was not the same guy.
Oh, I was about to say, now if you 32 at home with your mama and you got kids.
And you got kids?
I gotta go.
Whoo.
Maybe I wouldn't even came in first place. That's
No. Okay, and then here's my thing. It's like when they invite you over, you can come over to the house to your mama's house. You want me to come to your mama's
that happen before?
I'm good. I got an invite, but I didn't go.
A dude invited me over, and it was his mama's house.
You went?
Yeah.
So you was chilling with Mammy too?
Well, she was in the room,
canceled.
It did get kind of awkward because so we had got food and we was chilling at his house, and everything was fine and dandy. Then she had came out the room looking like Big Mama, and I was like, "Hey, girl,
Christina, hang up. Your dog's poor."
and she was like, "Hey," and we had went in his room, and I guess he wasn't supposed to close his door, but he had closed his door and. We was in there watching TV. We wasn't doing nothing. Y'all know me. Y'all know I wasn't doing nothing. We was just in there chilling. And his mama had knocked on the door. Why you got this damn door closed? And I was like, okay. I ain't
That's so embarrassing.
Yeah.
So...
I was like, I ain't coming back.
I wouldn't even want you over there no more. Like that right there.
But it also depends on the parents because I have let me not say the type of parents. I have the type of mother who I live with my mom. And if somebody wanted to come over, she would just be like, okay. Not 2, 3 o'clock in the morning, can't nobody come over, but hey mom, can the dude that I'm talking to or the dude that I'm dating or even just a friend, they want to come over, she's like, okay, cool.
My parents.
Now, you can't come over being all disrespectful, you can't speak and stuff like that. You gotta actually got some sense. But so it kind of also depends on the type of parents. I'm very blessed to have some a mother who is very
Trusting
yeah.
and understanding.
I'm not even gonna say trusting, because I mean, even if I was gonna come up here, up to my room and have sex, I feel like I wouldn't do that. I never would do that in my mother's house ever.
I was gonna say you can do that.
Let me correct myself.
Yeah, let me bring that back. I'm not saying that I would do that, but what I'm saying is, like, I have a mother who understands that, like, I'm 23 years old and I'm dating, trying to find the guy that I want to be with. So she's
this
not
guy needs.
Okay, that's a little too much, but yeah. And my father, on the other hand, child, that man,
Big C.
that man, you can't have nobody.
Wait, what's your dad's name?
Christopher.
Oh, I thought he said Steve. I was about to be like, that's my dad's name.
I said Big C.
You call him Big C. It's the whole. They think they bros or something.
I'm crying. Yeah, no, my parents are very weird. Like, one minute they'll be like, no, and then the next minute they'll try to hook me up with the person that's walking by, and I'm like, no.
My mama be doing that. What about him? Good. He ain't cute.
We're in public. Stop the madness. Stop the madness.
No, since we're talking about living situations, let's talk about, like, the transition from college going back to home.
Ooh.
Girl, let me tell y'all. So, see, I was fine. I was fine when I would come home for breaks because I had a roommate. My final year of college, I had an apartment. I had an on-campus. Well, it was off-campus. I had an off-campus apartment.
That apartment, oh my God.
It was, y'all, I had an apartment. I was chilling.
Downtown Atlanta.
I was chilling. And then when I graduated college, I had a job where I was traveling. So I wasn't at home for like a whole 4, 5, 6 months, like when I graduated. So I wasn't at home for like a year and a half. Came back. Do y'all know how depressing it is to have that kind of freedom? That kind of, and have to come back to rules? To can you vacuum the floor? To can you do this when I ain't been there all day? To can you do the, you know how depressing that is? And I'm grateful. I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful. I'm joking because I really am grateful, but the transition is tough, y'all.
The transition is, now some are blessed to go off and, go straight to college and just go to get their own stuff because they got that dream job they wanted.
But it's a little different with the kind of career we got.
Yeah. Girl, don't get me started. All I know is this transition I don't like. I went from, even though I was living in a dorm, me and Keely, we could be on campus chilling. We ain't got to worry about it. We ain't got to tell where we going when we leave out.
We got to be in the house.
I mean, we ain't got rules like, we grown, but it's something about that college freedom that we have. You just do anything. It was just like
a little sneaky link. You could go have a sneaky link.
Free and liberated.
You want to go to Sonic at 4, 5 o'clock in the morning. You ain't gotta worry about trying to be quiet to open the door to get.
Sonic ain't even the same no more.
No, I will say this because my mother is probably watching right now. Hi, Mom. I do like living back home. She gives me a lot of freedom to,
right,
go and do as I please. But there are moments, and we've talked about this. I'm not trying to get kicked out of the house now, so don't make me go pack my bags. But what I will say is that, the transition is different. You go from like literally being your own adult. That's why like a lot of people who had strict parents at home had like difficult times transitioning, and then when you go back home, it's even harder because you go from like complete freedom. Nobody's telling you when to use the bathroom. No one's telling you you can't go to a party. No one's telling you can't.
Keely, somebody telling you to use the bathroom?
No, I'm saying like in class when you have to raise your hand. Like, no, I have freedom for my own bladder, thank you. But I'm saying,
Keely, you can't use the bathroom right now.
No, I'm saying like when you're in high school and you used to have to raise your hand and be like, "Can I go to the bathroom?"
Yeah.
I never raised my hand. I was at that door.
like you just get up and walk out. There's no questions about it. Like that's how it works. And so when you go from not having any like any like any control over you, and then coming back to like, I mean, because you still have to respect your parents' home. They're paying the bills. I mean, some people are lucky enough not to pay rent. Thank you, Jesus. Please don't ask me to pay rent. Not in that position yet, mother, or father. But like, it's definitely different because it's like you don't get to do the things that you do, and then you miss your friends. A lot of times your friends aren't in the same place as you, so you don't get to just walk down the hall and be like, what's up, like what we about to do. Even if you're bored,
for real,
you go to the calf, put on a cute outfit, go to the calf, walk down the middle.
Girl, I used to get done up just to go to the calf on my mama.
Oh, you just in case you know your
no,
there,
Christina,
on the same side.
Christina used to kill me. She used to think she was stepping. I remember I was sitting in the SGA complex. You know, there's the windows right now. I look out the window. I see her with that Tommy bag. She had that Tommy purse, and she just strutting away.
And I was
going to meet her man.
And no, probably was.
She was going to class because I texted.
Oh, I remember that day. Wasn't I leaving the theater or going to the theater?
No, you was leaving Towers, I believe, because you was coming that way.
I really used to get done up. Now, this is what I used to do, because I used to have 8 o'clock class my freshman year. I used to be real ready.
That was wild.
I didn't care. Because usually the night before, I was up till 4 a.m. drinking and stuff. Didn't care. Go to that 8 a.m., come back to the dorm, get done up, then step out for the day. That was my daily routine. Because, baby, I really used to get done up just to go eat in the cab.
But we're going to have to say the college stuff for another episode, though.
Oh, yeah, you're right. So as we're nearing the end of our episode, I want to hear y'all opinions on what do y'all think about moving in with your significant other before marriage? And if you believe in it, when do you think is the right time to move in with your significant other? Keely, put that cup down.
I'm sorry. It's hot. My hair's already poofy. I'm trying to stay cool. This nice little cold glass of water.
What are y'all thoughts on it? What y'all think about it?
Jordan?
About when it's a good time to move in with your significant other?
Mm-hmm.
I say when they propose. Because I feel like, that's the time where y'all figured out each other, y'all know each other, good enough, well enough. And, I feel like that's about the right time to go ahead and get that name on the lease, both of y'all names on that lease.
I feel that. I feel like it's case by case, first of all, because some people move in after a month, some people wait till marriage. I feel like it's case by case. Me personally, honey, I'm not moving in until you have that deed, until I have that ring. That's just
if y'all move in after a month, that's just setting y'all stuff up for failure. Y'all breaking up right after. I'm sorry, because once y'all get to see,
yeah, honey,
each other, each other.
Mm-hmm. Honey, yeah, I need a ring.
I'm Southern raised Baptist girl, so we don't believe in moving in until we're married. I know to some people that sounds crazy. They're like, you got to live with the person before you marry them because it's not the same. But I mean, growing up, we've been raised that like, you wait until you're married to move in with someone. You don't, they used to call it shacking up.
So not even like when y'all get engaged?
Not even when you get engaged.
You have to be married.
Married, yeah. Unless you have kids out of marriage, out of wedlock, then they're like, okay, for family purposes, we want y'all to be in the same house, to live as one, to live as a family. But mostly outside of that, no, they're huge, like they're huge on being married. I mean, they're not gonna be like, we disown you, never in this family again, but they're really I really just believe that. Like, I'm gonna win.
Yeah. I mean, I think for me, it's not even like a religion thing. I mean, yes, I'm a Christian. I was raised Baptist, but it's not even a religion thing for me. It's more of just like, I always had the thought that like, if you already living with him, cooking for him, what reason does he have to? You giving him all this wife stuff for free. Now, I'm not saying that's the case for everybody, because hey, I know people who have moved in and they still together, they still going strong. Right. See, what happens, the way I process it in my brain is, okay, we get together, we move in together, now we're comfortable. Now he don't have to do anything extra to get you. Now he doesn't have to, marry you, give you the benefits of being a wife. Now he doesn't have to, get a deed. Now he doesn't have to, make sure that you're straight. Because at any point he could just be like, well, you're not even my wife, so what? We're not even together for real. So we'll y'all break up or he die or something, you don't get nothing.
Because,
and I'm not saying it's all about money, but what I'm saying is that there are benefits to there are benefits to the covenant of marriage that you don't get when you're just boyfriend, girlfriend, and baby, I need a deed in the ring.
I will say this, that as far as it goes for me, the reason why I went and moved in, like another huge reason that's like second underneath my beliefs, would be because if we break up and either your name's on the lease or my name's, I have to move. I have to do what? So that's just me. I don't want to be the one that's like looking stupid at the end.
I will never ever put myself in a position to be, unless it's my husband, like unless we are married, I will never put myself in a position to have to depend on no man except God and my father. That's it.
Since we on this subject of like, marriage and stuff, so what y'all think about prenup?
I believe in it. It's a must for me.
Oh.
No, and I get that. I understand why people want prenups and why prenups are good. Me personally, I've just never believed in a prenup, because to me, a prenup is just a just in case we get a divorce, just in case.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want a just in case. When I marry you, I intend to be married. And I get things happen. Everyone thinks that they'll be married forever when they get married. But, for me personally, I'm about to get that's something that I have asked God for. That's something that I have, I believe that's why me and my husband, we still cooking. We ain't really met each other yet. Because I believe that when me and my husband come together, we're going to be 100% ready. So I just don't necessarily believe in a prenup, because I believe that a prenup is the just in case, the backup plan. If it doesn't work out, then we still, so me personally, I don't believe in a prenup. I might change my mind when I, have millions of dollars if I meet him. And also, now, I feel like I would feel a little differently if I met him once I was already a billionaire and he, he didn't really have nothing. Then maybe we might need to have a little prenup. But if we both meet like while we're on the same plane and we come up and we build this stuff together, what do we need a prenup for? We're building together. I just don't believe in a prenup, because I feel like the prenup is the just in case we get married. I feel like it's setting yourself up for failure. Me personally, I understand why people have prenups, and I understand the importance of why you would want or need a prenup in a marriage. I get it. Like, I understand it. But me personally, I don't want a prenup. And if you ask me for a prenup, then I just feel like you don't really see this working out. Like you feel like there's something that we would not be together one day, or you don't trust me. It's just me.
Jordan, your view on prenup?
I'm 50-50 on a prenup, because like Christina said, like if I was already well established and all this stuff, yes, I would have one. And and if he wasn't, I ain't gonna say nothing, but if he wasn't on my level, I would want one. But if we built something together, I said that's when we go ahead and have one.
I agree with you guys. Let's see where you're coming from. But I believe in a prenup. Just because it's like, what my parents have built for me, I think that's like huge for me to keep it in the family. And it's not to say like anything that I think I'm going to marry someone who's going to be evil and vindictive and try to take everything that I have. But I just feel like, I don't know, that, it can go straight to my kids. I don't want it to be touched. And if we do get in a divorce, like let's say he's richer than me, I'd rather have my stuff safe. And it's like, I don't want you to divorce me. I don't want you to divorce me because sorry, I'm getting tongue tied. Oh, I don't want you to divorce me and then try to take everything I have. like everything that I brought into the relationship. And it's like, that's like, I'm not gonna say that's like my safety couch, and I really don't want to ever get a divorce. Like when I'm getting married, that's gonna be it. Like that's what I'm pushing for. You know what I mean? We're gonna have to work this out until but right. And so yeah, that's what I'm saying. But at the same time, like you said, things happen. You don't know. Like people change every single day. Like anything can happen. So, I mean, I just feel like a prenup is good for me in mind as far as it goes. I just like, I don't know how to say it. Like he can get a prenup too. I'll sign it. But everything that we like start that relationship there, everything that we make from there on out is the both of ours. So that's what I would include in my prenup. But as far as it goes, my stuff is mine. Your stuff is yours. And then we build from there.
So death deals part. Die, point blank period, for us to break up. That's just what it is. Either I'm gonna kill you or you're gonna die natural causes, or we both gonna die together. But somebody gotta die if ain't no divorce. Somebody gotta die. That's the end of the episode. So make sure that you guys follow us on SoundCloud and Apple Podcasts, YouTube at Mood247 Podcast, on Instagram and Twitter. I am Christina Danielle. The stupid looking one right there is Jay Anthony. And the one with the poofy hair right here, the beautiful little young lady, this is Rockcomb Mornings. And
hold on. No. You get beautiful and all this other stuff. What?
Fine. Oh, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and share. That's important.
Next week. Bye, guys.
Bye, y'all.
Dice is on the